The Parashah of Ki Tisa records one of the worst disasters in the history of the Jewish people. You know the story well enough. Despite having witnessed the awesome display of God's power in Egypt, when he manipulated the very forces of creation to liberate his people, and at the Red Sea, when he divided the waters to permit Israel to pass over in safety whilst drowning their enemies. And of course, despite having had their close encounter of the third kind at Sinai, when God came down in person to communicate with his people, despite all of this, because Moses' delays, they coerced Aaron into creating a molten image, a golden calf, and they had the chutzpah to say before it, "This is the God that brought you out of Egypt." It was the ultimate insult to God, and he was incensed. He declares to Moses, "Ra'iti et ha'am hazeh," I've observed this people, v'ne'am k'shei oref, who they are a stiff-necked, obdurate lot. They won't change. So now Moses, hanicha li, leave me alone, let me do what I must, v'yicharapi bahem, let my anger burn against them, v'achaleim, that I may destroy them, ve'eseh otcha l'goy gadol, and I'll make you into a great nation. Oh, but he didn't really mean it, did he? Surely not. He's only saying this to be scary. In fact, he might be saying it to provoke Moses into defending the people. No, he meant it. How do I know? When he says to Moses, "And I will make you into a great nation," he was preempting Moses' opening gambit. He knew Moses would step in and say, but what about your promise to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob? You can't destroy the nation of Israel. And so God gets him first and says, "But you, Moses, are a descendant of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. I'll make you into the nation and keep my faith with the ancestors." And so Moses knows God means it. And he pleads with every ounce of energy, with every ounce of desperation, until God concedes, until God and Israel are reconciled. And as a token of that reconciliation, God says to Moses, "Come up again, come onto the mountain, I will give you the Torah a second time." But at this point, Moses makes a strange request. He says to God, "Hareini nai et kvodecha," show me your glory, show me your face. And God says, "No man can see my face and live." But surely Moses must have known this. He was a unique prophet with a unique relationship with a unique God. He must have known it. So why is he asking? We shall see. In the meantime, God does make a concession. He says, "I'll hide you in the cleft in the rock. I'll cover you with the palm of my hand, and I'll pass by and allow you to see my back." Sure enough, that's what happens. But at that moment, as God is passing by, Moses pops out of his hiding place and he cries out, he utters a prayer which is well known to us all. Adonai, Adonai, Lord, Lord. And that name of God epitomizes God's compassion. Midat HaRachamim. El, he calls him El, God, because that means strong. He may be compassionate, but he's also powerful. And we reflect this every day at our Midah. When we say Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanorah, the great, mighty, revered God, God the all-terrible. And then we add, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, who performs acts of kindness. The all-loving is all-terrible, and the all-terrible is all-loving. It continues, El Rachum V'Chanun, you are compassionate and gracious. Now for us, gracious has more than one meaning. gracious can be beautiful, elegant. That's not its original meaning. Chen means an act of grace. When you do something for a person who does not deserve it, you do it gratis. And therefore, you are Chanun. You will forever perform acts that we do not deserve. Erech Apayim. You are slow to anger. You are incredibly patient. And he continues, V'rav chesed ve'emet. You're overwhelming in your unselfish love and truth. And what does that mean? The word emet comes from the verb amen, to be true. And it gives us two nouns. Emunah, faithful, enduring, and emet, truth. They can be used interchangeably. And Moses is saying to God, you are overwhelming in your love, and you are reliable. You're enduring in this quality. You won't change. Notzeh chesed la'alafim. You preserve unselfish love for thousands of generations to the end of time. Nosei avon, normally translated as you forgive iniquity, intentional sin. I prefer the more literal translation. Nasa means to carry, to tolerate. And so we say to God, Nosei avon, you tolerate iniquity. V'fesha, even rebellious sins. V'chata'ah, and the simple, unintentional sins. You are a God of tolerance for nakei, and so you cleanse us. Shalosh Esrei Midot, the 13 attributes of God, which I'm sure you recognize. We use them when we pray for forgiveness. But why is Moses doing this? He's already prayed, God has already forgiven. He's there as a token of reconciliation. So what's he going on about? Moses is not praying for the past. He's praying for the future sins of the Jewish people, because he knows they will sin again and again. He says to God, they are a stiff-necked lot. They are obdurate. They will continue to offend you. But v'salachta, you shall forgive, future. You shall forgive lavonenu, our intentional sins, u'lechatatenu, our unintentional sins, u'nechaltanu, and accept us as your legacy. So Moses, the first of our teachers, the greatest of our leaders, procures forgiveness for the Jewish people until the end of time. Now our rabbis add a further dimension to this already dramatic story. They argue that it was not Moses who said Hashem, Hashem, Arachim v'chanun, it was God himself. Because the verse says, Vayavo Adonai al panav, God passed before them, Vayikra, and he, God, called out. He said the word. And this led one of our teachers to say, Ilmale mikra katuv, had this not been expressly indicated in the scriptures, Yefshali omro, I couldn't possibly say it. But Melamed, this verse teaches us, Shenit asek HaKadosh Baruch Hu k'shliach tzibur, that God enwrapped himself in a talit, like a chazan. And of course, when a chazan wraps himself in the talit, he hides his face. And v'heralo leMoshe, he demonstrated to Moses Seder Tefillah, the order of this prayer. God showed Moses how to pray for forgiveness. Amar lo, he said to him, Kol zaman shi Yisrael chotim, whenever the Jewish people will sin, Yasu lefanai kaseder hazeh, let them employ this order of prayer, va'ani mochel lahem, and I will forgive them. I will forgive them. Why? Because Brit Karuta Vishlosh Esrei Midot. A covenant has been made with this prayer of the 13 attributes of God, She'enan Chosrot Rekam, that they will never return empty. Whenever you will utter these words before me, God says you will evoke a response in me. I'm there to listen. I'm the God of tolerance. And that's why we overwork this prayer on fast days. Yom Kippur, when we say Slichot, time and time again, Hashem, Hashem, Racham B'nam. We are hammering at the very gates of heaven. We are using the password God has given us to gain access to his store of compassion and tolerance. But I would add one further prayer. May the day come when we shall cease to be a stiff-necked people, when we shall obey God, carry out his commandments with a full heart, and seek to serve him with all our souls, with all our might, so there will no longer be any need for Hashem, Hashem Arachim V'Chanun, and it can be consigned to the archives of Jewish prayer.